Welcome back to episode number 4 of this Pillars of Eternity playthrough. I have investigated a little bit more about these weapon proficiencies. As I mentioned, I was told that I would be able to see them down here with my skills, but I can't. Now I understand it's because they're not class specific and you'll get to choose these weapon proficiencies when you level up. So I would expect it's because I don't have any at level 1. So we'll see when I get my first level if I can choose something then. We'll look into that when we get that far. Well, welcome back to the story. We fled into this cave system at Sealand because of that beerwag that raged our camp outside. After everyone was dead, we ran in here with this fella, Heoden, the merchant, who was wounded. He needed a rest in here, which Kalisha, our other companion, did not like, so she ran off in the middle of the night. While we were resting, she actually ended up dead down here on this bridge with all these traps. She was dying right there. That's where she met her doom. That's how far she got. Well, we have cleared out everything. I found myself a cloak of protection. We've fought with some oozes, some spiders, and another monster I don't remember the name of. But, well, we made it through pretty well. And our quest is to escape this cave and to get to Gilded Vale. Well, for now, we can at least escape this cave. I expect that's what this icon means. That we're going to leave here. So that's... And I still don't know what use this pick is, but we'll find out. So, we are outside. Not that it seems to have helped me in my quests. It still says escape the ruins, so this outside place apparently also counts as... Oh wow, they're running so fast. Fast mode. How did I do that? Okay. Older robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. So, I can watch in secrecy without anybody realizing, I expect. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick grey beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you've ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions. My English sometimes. With 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature. I have no idea what protrusions means, but well, we'll see.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book.
So he addresses the petrified body while speaking these words. I expect he's more or less voluntarily dead.
Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
The man passes his gaze over the others standing around him and looks each of them in the eye in turn. So he wants them to sacrifice themselves as well. Wow. This is a huge machine. Is he going to sacrifice himself also? No, it's only those three. Not himself. How convenient. Wow. So their energy is what makes them. For an instant the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black unconscious void. That didn't sound pleasant. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed. Its walls lined with Adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of Adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you've just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. So the style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered, like it is an old structure that has not taken any damage over time. Perhaps I'm actually jumped in time. Is that what that means? That I've skipped back in time? Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered or at the base of the pillar now you see a man with thick grey beard in ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You're walking toward him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. So that was a vision, or what? You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntarily paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Did it send him back in time? And I saw that in the vision or something? Well, that's a tutorial script here. One of your characters has become fatigued. Fatigue represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of demanding activity on a character. It is most commonly received as an injury when a character is knocked out, but some scripted interactions will also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling, like this one. You find Hayden a short distance away in a shallow lake of his own blood. His body does not stir. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Vale may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. So now I'm all alone and he's also dead. So I lost both my companions. Well, the good news is it seems I got a level up. Yes. Your character has earned enough experience to advance the level. Click on the icon on their portrait to level them up. It seems I've lost a lot of... Oh, that's because of the fatigue thing. I only have 49 endurance. Major fatigue. So I get a minus 20 fatigue and a minus 20 accuracy and a minus 25% maximum endurance. This is tough. How do I remove this? By resting? That would be the the obvious answer. First, let's do
What
this
is it?
level up. See how that works. Skills allow your character to perform specialized actions like scouting, detecting traps, picking locks, or reading scrolls. They can also be used to overcome obstacles in conversations and scripted interactions. Skills will advance as your character gain level, but items and other bonuses can also increase skills. Okay, so what do I want to be good at? Well, I thought I had a rogue to do the stealth thing. I hope I'll find another one. That's not something I want to spend skill points on for my barbarian. Athletics is obviously a good one for me. Grant second wind. I have second wind. So will it make my second wind stronger if I expect I can put this up, yeah. Okay, then I can get 40 endurance instead of 35 as it is now. And the stealth just grants me stealth. And, well, doesn't seem to help me. Anyway, but I don't want to do that either. And the lore represents a character's accumulated miscellaneous knowledge and trivia, often of occults or esoteric topics. Outside of conversations and scripted interactions, lore is used to activate scrolls. Higher lore values allow the character to use higher level scrolls. That makes sense, but I think that's not for me either. That would be some kind of spellcaster I hope to find later on. Mechanics. Disarm traps. Pick difficulty. Disarm difficulty 0 traps. Pick difficulty 0 locks. Okay, so I can handle more difficult locks if I increase this one. But again, I think that's more of a roguish skill. And then we have survival. Yeah, I like that one. The first 6 ranks grants the following bonuses. So I have the damage reduction now, and I have the healing multiplier. The third one will be a bonus movement. And accuracy bonus versus creature type. Okay, but I do like my athletics also. I'm not sure if I should put skill points in any of the other 3 or just keep on knocking up athletics and survival. I mean, stealth, I don't see myself use this, but on the other hand, what if the entire party needs to stealth past someone? Is it then a big disadvantage that I'm so weak at it, but it doesn't seem to help me? If I put all points in here, it won't change anything. As far as I can see, it still says 0. And the same with the lore. But this mechanics will actually work, but I think that would be a roguish thing. So I believe that I will spend these points on the stuff that I'm already good at. Well, I can't go higher than 4 in survival. Why is that? Oh, it's because it costs more points when you get higher. Okay. So as long as it only costs 1, let's go for that. Now it will cost 2, and I have 4, so it makes sense to put, yeah, I'll go like that. I'll keep focusing on athletics and survival. Next. Talents can be used to customize your character beyond your class ability choices. Some talents modify existing abilities, but others add new abilities of their own. A subset of talents are class specific, but most can be taken by characters of any class. Okay, so we have class specific talents, offensive talents, defensive talents, and utility talents. Wow, I have no idea what I want to be good at. I'll look at my class specific talents first of all, because I'm the only one being able to do that in my entire party, if it ever grows. So so I'll focus on that for starters, and I can only choose one of all these weapon focus. These are talents. Where do I put in? Is it here I choose my weapon proficiencies? It doesn't look like it. Oh yeah. Grants weapon focus. Two-handed style, that's me. That's what I want to do. So this will add 15% damage to my attacks, but if I choose these ones, weapon focus up here, then it gives me increased accuracy with specific kinds of weapons. I don't know if that's what they mean by the weapon proficiencies. It probably is. But I think I'm going to go for the two-handed style. Well, I know I said that I wanted something class specific, but I like the thought of just dealing out 15% extra damage. That sounds like a lot. Really? Well, as you can hear, I have absolutely no clue how to build a strong character here, but that's okay because I'm in it for the role-playing part. But anyway, if you know this game very well, you know how to do it better. Don't hesitate to mention it in the spoilers, in the comments. Just don't bring any spoilers, but you're welcome to help with guidance here as to what builds to go for. But I think I'm going to go with the two-handed style now that I have decided that's what I want to do. Okay, so that's my talent. Great, I think I'm done. I am so done. And now Heoden has a lot of gear I can loot. Yeah, I can hear that voice. What's this? Oh yeah, that's right. So I can, if I in a combat run out of second wind because I only have one, then I can use these ones twice per rest also.
Of course.
Okay. Well, there were three of us. Now I am all alone. That doesn't scare me at all. No, no. Okay, there's no fog of war on this map. I can see everything. Apparently, I really wish that because I use the tab button up here to see if there's anything close. So I really would have preferred the WASD to move the screen instead of the arrow keys. Perhaps I can actually change this in the controls. Half speed, double speed that's S and D, so I will actually need to change them before I don't use this really, but well, I will. Then I'll say half speed is arrow down. Yes, and now where did it go? Where? And the double speed will be arrow up instead. And then we have camera left. I want that to be the A. That's the attack cursor. I don't need that. I use my mouse. This shouldn't be a thing, I think. Camera right. I'll set that as D, camera up, W, and camera down, an S. So, and that way I can what does it say here? After leveling a character up, you may want to review their statistics, open their character sheet to see their attributes, skills, abilities, and talents in greater detail. Yep, I will do that, and I will save these changes, yes. Okay, so now I can move the screen with, yeah, that's a lot easier when I use the tab as much as I do. So it's set for me to go in here. Yeah, that's just to see that my second wind has grown stronger. think I figured it when I did it. That's fine.
Keeping an eye out.
Oh, that's how it goes stealthy. Great. Something over here. Tire cap. Another ingredient. Oops, what's that? Ugh. So is this something in the past I'm seeing here? This is rather spooky. And it doesn't help me that I'm all alone, I'll have to say. Well, I do have my ghostly pig. I don't know if that's gonna do me any good. I still haven't figured out what I can use it for. So I wonder what this mage or whatever wizard down here was up to. He's gone now, but all his friends are there. Vessel flesh. What in the God's name is vessel flesh? This reeking flesh once held a bound soul. With its energy fading, the flesh is entering a rapid decay. Okay, and some things are happening here as well. Someone burning at the stake, it appears. Not that I can do anything about it. I'm gonna take the flesh of all 4 of them then. Wasn't it 4? Yeah. But this side remains. That's spooky. Very interesting. Can I go up here? Is that dangerous? This massive structure is formed of stone, Adra, and copper, and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. I can certainly see that something's happening around it still. Well, we'll have to move forward. Okay, so it seems like it's moving me out to the world map or something like that. So I probably should investigate everything here first. Maybe I've also done that now. I don't think I missed anything. So let's head out into the world. See where that takes me. Sealant lease. Okay, so I can go to this Vale wood, but that's all because the others are grayed out. So for now it's quite linear that I have to go to Valewood. It will take 6 hours to complete your journey from Sealant Lease to Valewood. I accept. Let's take the 6-hour trip. Journey to Gilded Vale seems to be complete now. I escaped the ruins. I've escaped the ruins. Hopefully I can find the road and the way to Gilded Vale somewhere around here. Okay, the Gilded Vale now means that I have to cross the Vale Wood. Yes, that makes sense. Seek help for your condition. This is not the illness that struck me at the wagon. This is something new, an affliction of the mind perhaps. With luck, someone in Gilded Vale will know what to do. Well, I'm a pretty unlucky fella, I would say. I pick up all injuries there are in this world, and I lose every companion I ever travel with. Some people are probably going to be afraid of me. Well, this brings me back to the world map. This seems to be the way forward, but is there anything up here I can investigate before I must also use the map? Okay, let's investigate this corpse then. Oh, this is one big open. Oh, another ghost. Are they trying to show me something, or are they just reflections of some happenings in the past? I wonder. Oh, This seems to be a dead end. Apparently there's only one way through from here. This should be a dead end as well. Yes. Somebody's singing? Or should I say chanting? Well, I didn't get any extra uses here from my level up. I don't know if you do that at some time. Or maybe I could have picked a third skill here. Class specific skill. Instead I chose extra damage. It's going to be hard to make these decisions, I think, because there are so many choices. Oops, another one running away. Never read. How do I get rid of this fatigue thing? Do I actually have to sleep to do that? Because then I might need to do it before I run into any serious trouble on this road. Oh, too late. Was that an outlaw? Well, initially I'm not that scared, but he's probably not alone. We'll see about that. We just charge head on. Oh, it's a lady. Let's scare the girl. Yeah, you see? That's not pleasant, huh? There you go.
Let's sit our spoils down a while.
Ooh, sword. I need to compare that to... Well, it's a one-hand weapon, and I want to use two-handed, so that... Another helmet? I can't see the use of those. Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I'll need to crouch. Mistake. Okay, so this... Ooh! I'm not gonna go in there before I have rested, that's for sure. Maybe I should just do that now. Then. Can you just camp here? Camping allows... Yeah, I know that. But, I'm still not sure I understand this. If this is something I get the next day after the... Okay, I can get a racial bonus against... I don't need any of those. Okay. I haven't got the slightest clue what's best, but I think I'll go with the damage reduction. Wow. So these are the pillars. They're whispering. Okay, so now I'm not exhausted anymore. So now I think I'm gonna go meet these bandits. I'm not scared of them, even though I saw there were at least 4 of them up there. But I'm a tough guy. Tinfrith, the young dwarf tending to the stew, looks up, startled, as he sees you approach. He drops his ladle, spattering stew across the ground. What? The bandit turns. Get him, you dogs, and make sure our new cook don't run off. Help! Please, help! One of the bandits gives Tinfrith a kick as they pass him and huddles. Okay, so this guy, the cook, is some kind of prisoner, so there's apparently only 3 enemies. Yes, okay, but one of them is ranged. I need to get close up to the guy that's ranged, I think. Ouch. Okay, I cannot get past them, so I'll make my roar here. You die. I would really like to go. I need healing. Heal. Okay, and then another roar. Okay. I take back what I said about it not being difficult. Because this guy doesn't seem to be dying. Is that correct? It seems like he's not dying.
Kill them all! Bring them down!
Alright, it's tough luck being alone in a battle like this. I think I made some kind of mistake early on in the battle because I was fighting someone and he seemed to get his, I don't know, his life back or whatever. Well, it went okay, but I spent one of my 2 Gaunt plus red healings that I have per rest, but I think that's okay. Okay, these guys could have something better than what I have already. No, not really. He didn't. I'm waiting with talking to that cook over there. Dagger, dagger, I know all this. Nothing new there. Let's loot first. Fruit. Yeah. Well, at least it's worth some money. I expect. This tent is empty, but for a pair of stained cots and the stink of unwashed bodies. Okay, let's talk to Tenfrith. Tenfrith.
Good day, stranger.
By the flame, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for these ignorant weasels for the rest of my life. Or until they were bored with me, I suppose. I must get back home. I only hope they haven't hired a replacement. The dwarf looks aghast. Listen, next time you're in Gilded Vale, stop by the Black Hound Inn. I'll let Pasca know just what you've done for me, and I'm sure she'll do right by you in return. Oh, to be back at my oven again. You have earned a reputation. Reputations can be held with communication, with communities or factions in the Eastern Reach, and will affect how members of that group respond to you. In some cases, friends or enemies of those groups will also react to your affiliations. Helping a group will increase your positive reputation with that group. Harming a group will increase your negative reputation. It's possible to have a mix of positive and negative reputation with a group if you help and harm them in equal measure. So where do I see this reputation? I think I got a message of it earlier in the episode 2. Never find out where to look for it. So he ran off. I expect I'm close to Gilded Vale now.
Blade in the dark.
Would be great. The Gilded Vale. I've reached the Vale. The village. That's just good. Yes. So where do I get this reputation thing with different factions? I don't see it in here. Yeah, that's the vision from the previous map. Well, maybe it's just the game keeping track of these things. It's
A blade in the dark.
I keep doing scouting because that's the old key and I press that for some reason all the time. Alright, so he ran off to what I would expect, this Gilded Vale. Over here, perhaps? That's the way he went. Doesn't seem to be a way I can go, though. But no matter, I want to investigate the entire map anyway, so that's fine. So that's the other guy I fought. There's also dead people over here. I can't get up there. Not this way anyway. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. The stream is keeping me from crossing. Oh, there's a bridge down there. Okay. But there's also something in here. So much to explore.
Well,
Can I read the signs? Northwest to Giran's Grasp, south to Gilded Vale.
of course.
Okay. Oh, there's a guy over here. Damn thing. Come on.
How do you do?
Nonton. This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky moments. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. Greetings, he says, a little breathless. On your way south, is it? He wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Our caravan was attacked. I've been trying to get to Gilded Vale. Hard luck, and I'm sorry to hear it. You should be fine from here. There's no missing the Vale if you keep to the road, and you haven't far to walk. But you'll want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked north of here. Me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt some deer. Came up on a bear instead. Great, monstrous thing. And Pearly, he didn't make it. Pearly, he didn't make it. Okay, so that's his pal. He shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. What happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. Nonson's voice shakes a little as he speaks. We were following a stag. Pearly, he saw something in the brambles and we went tearing off after it. We all but stumbled into the cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before we knew what was happening. The beast will take what they will, I suppose. He smiled sadly, and this time Galloway's favor fell upon the bear. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend, and I'm heading home before it takes anything else. Yeah, that's what you said the last time. Who are you? Name's Nonton, born and raised in Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. His face twists. Luckier than Pearly, I suppose. Where did you find this bear? In a cave, a ways out that way. He turns to point to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. I would hate to hear that it took another life. Well, farewell. So, south to Gilded Vale, if I'm a little bit afraid of a bear. Or I could go north first to clear off that bear and stop it from killing anyone else. What was that? Oh, a young wolf. Doesn't see. Oh, two young ones. Let's get in close before we start scaring them with our screams. Oh, there's three of them. My God. Let's go ahead. That worked. I think it did. Die. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So wolf pelts will fight. That's fine. I saw something in here also I wanted to investigate. Is that up this way? I think it was. Now this leads me back on track. So how do I get in there? How do I get in there? Let's see what road he chooses when I just click there. Oh, maybe it's this. These aged walls appear to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Now, before I start scaling, I should examine it more closely. The heavy bricks are slick with moss, presenting a hindrance to climbing, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Given the right tools, one might easily reach the top. The stones are sturdy, but do I have the right tools? It doesn't say anything about tools. Let's go ahead and try it. Scale the rock. You find a handhold upon one of the large stones and start to pull yourself up. You make your way steadily up the crumbling ruin and over the top. Athletics 4, so I made it. Okay. So, there's a plant here, let's start with that. And a dead person. Oh, this one is not interesting, but this, Fulvano's gloves. Dexterity +2, is that how I should read it? Yes. Though never as famed as he would claim, the Valian explorer Fulvano was known as an eccentric who wished to see the world. Where possible, he traveled by foot to gain a local appreciation for the sights, sounds and smells of the lands he passed through. In practice, however, Fulvano often claimed that his explorations proved only that the world outside of the Valian Republic was a foul, smelly place that paled in comparison to his homeland. These gloves are said to have belonged to Fulvano, who often found himself in need of some protection as he climbed harsh terrain or maneuvered through forests. While thick enough to provide some warmth, they are meant first and foremost to be flexible enough not to hinder delicate tasks. Well, a +2 to dexterity is not really my priority at this moment, but I might just as well equip them. How do I do that from here? Do I need to actually... I can do it like that. But perhaps later on, if I get some other party members that's more dexterous, it would make sense to put it on them. But for now, I will. Great. Anything else here? What's that? This is where I came up, right? What's this? So, how do I get back down? I can't? Oh, I'll go into this one again. From the edge of the wall, you can see an old cobblestone road turning south and the patchy trees of the Valewood. Climb down. You swing yourself over the side and pick your way back down to the ground level. Excellent. So, that worked well. What remains is that I could go to the Gilded Vale from here. I think I should investigate the north first with this bear. Kieran's Grasp. I don't think I'm gonna go into the next map from here.
Keeping an eye out.
Oh yeah, sorry. But I'll just explore this map before leaving. I like finding a lot of camp supplies. I think I'm gonna need it. The grass is still flattened behind the wagon's wheels. Barrels of cabbages, potatoes, and squash have been overturned and abandoned. Yeah, this looks bad. Very bad. Nothing in here. So I can also leave the map. Oh, that's a young wolf. I'm not afraid of it. Let's go. You're alone, right? You're going to be afraid of me. See? I'm gonna die now. There you go. And more wolf hide. Well, it appears that actually shattered pieces of a crate are strewn across the dirt along with a few muddy vegetables. Yes. I think he mentioned a cave, didn't he? Or is that wrong? Is that Pearly? That's a dead person I can do nothing about. Well, perhaps it's not Pearly then. This seems to be the last place to go, so that's probably where we're gonna find the bear. I think he said something about a cave. So this leaves the map again. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, this looks like a cave. But I am going to go in there to remove that bear before I go to Gilded Vale, I think. I believe I must be strong enough to handle that. Even though I know I said I wouldn't change maps, but this is just into a cave. That's not an actual map change. I'm still heading for Gilded Vale down here when I'm done with the bear. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's just go for it. So that's Pearly, probably. Let's see how dangerous this thing is. Owie! Okay.
Kill them all!
Well, now I actually did scare it. I think this is not a battle I can win. Ouch. When a party member is reduced to 0 endurance, they are knocked out. This means they're out of the fight, but as long as your side is victorious, they will regenerate their endurance when combat ends. Even though endurance regenerates after combat, health does not. Yeah, I realized that. Keep an eye on the bar on the left of the character's portrait to prevent them from becoming maimed or killed. Yeah, but I have no party members, so I'm done. Okay, this was a tough battle. Probably not meant for me to go on alone as a level 2 character.
As you
I need
wish.
teammates, so let's just head for Gilded Vale, I think. And then we'll... Well, he did try to warn me, that hunter guy. But, well... I wanted to try. And now I know I couldn't. So let's head to Gilded Vale, which was also my very first mission, objective, quest. So let's go ahead and see. Yep, I can go to Gilded Vale now. I need to remember this bear thing. It doesn't show in my quests, does it? No. So this bear here in the Valewood is not mentioned as a quest. So I need to remember myself if I want to go back and settle the score there. But now let's head for Gilded Vale. It will take 8 hours to complete your journey from Valewood to Gilded Vale. Let's go. So, here we are. Oh, that's a big city. I know we are a bit short of an hour. We're coming up on an hour, but we're short of it. But I don't think I want to start out this entire city because I won't be able to end that within 10-15 minutes. So I think I'm going to cut this episode a bit short so that we can start out in this village when we begin next time. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna say thank you for watching once more. I hope to see you again for episode 5, and don't hesitate to write comments. Also give me suggestions. As I mentioned, I'm completely new to this game while being experienced in other games like this one. I have never played this one, which is the reason that you see me fumble around sometimes. So don't hold back. If you have a good advice, please send it my way. Just keep the comments spoiler free. Thank you. I'll see you for episode 5 shortly.